Hello, this is Turkey once again, and what we're looking at here is Donald. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Let me go ahead and do that. Hello, this is Turkey, the former spokesperson for the American Cultural Tradition and/or Cultural Memory Complaint Department, and the current head and/or chief and/or director of the Stochastic Intelligence Agency. And what we're looking at here is, of course, President Donald J. Playing the part of Lieutenant Colonel Bill Kilgore from Apocalypse Now. And I guess if I were in my former role as spokesman for the American Cultural Tradition and/or Complaint Department, I would complain about the fact that, well, basically the character portrayed in the film Apocalypse Now is kind of wacko and likes to smell napalm in the morning and has these airplanes, helicopters, play the ride of the Valkyries from the famous opera by Richard Wagner, and of course Richard Wagner is after the fact, but nevertheless associated with that Teutonic dimension of Nazism. Yeah, this idea of the grand invaders of the North, taking over everything, and that's part of his colonial project, of course. And these airplanes, but once again they're called airplanes, not airplanes or helicopters. What they do is they basically destroy the villages and of course murder the women and children of the Vietnamese with this napalm, so it's not entirely appropriate to enlist this new guy in Apocalypse Now as a reinforcement for your project to destroy the citizens of Chicago. I mean, unless you want to begin, I guess, your fascism with the destruction of your own citizens, and that'll be part of the critique. And then, of course, the other thing is, Lieutenant Colonel Bill Kilgore, he's a surfer, right? And part of the plot, not the plot to kill, Charlie Kirk, but the plot in Apocalypse Now is that the band, right, following the character played by Martin Sheen, steal Lieutenant Colonel Bill Kilgore's surfboard, and one of the problems here is Donnie don't surf, and in addition, Charlie don't surf either, but that is Charlie Kirk, and Charlie don't surf, Donnie don't surf. You got the planes. This is Chicago, right? He's not New York. He's gonna napalm Chicago, apparently. And then he's gonna say, Donnie loved the smell of napalm in the morning, especially when it's burning the bodies of U.S. citizens that I don't particularly care for. And those include any of the citizens in any of the cities that happen accidentally or just by chance, because I certainly didn't plan it this way. But African American marriage, yes indeed, there he is. And so apparently, this idea of the Teutonic northern, heroic invading. Norseman was picked up recently by Mr. Kash Patel, and it turns out we didn't know this. I had no idea that this was actually Kash Patel. But that guy that is the love child of Charlie Manson. That's Kash Patel. That's the director of the FBI. We had no idea. But this guy that's the love child of Charlie Manson actually runs the FBI now. Let me go ahead and close this out. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll pick up on Mr. Kash Patel's extension of the allegorical device that Donnie here, instigated in presenting himself. Oh, we gotta close some of this stuff. We got a commercial going on in the background, and first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mute it, and then I'm gonna close that one out, okay? And then we'll move on to the other one, okay? Because I gotta unmute it so we can hear Mr. Kash Patel, the love child, Charlie Manson, picking up on this theme of the Wagnerian Nazi invaders destroying their own cities and putting their own people in the concentration camps and using napalm and stuff like that against people of color. Let's go ahead and close that out. Let me see. There has Mr. Patel right there, who we didn't know prior to this. I was actually the. Oh, he's muted. Let's stop. Let's give him a voice. Oh, we're muted. That's what the problem is. He's not muted. We're muted. There we go.
Are you ready?
This is very much an ongoing investigation, as the governor said, and we will continue to work with state and local authorities to develop the investigation, to provide them the evidence they need for their ongoing prosecutions, and we will be here to answer every call they absolutely have, as long as it takes, for as long as we need to find and apprehend whatever suspects were involved in this crime. Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
See, that's what I was talking about. Well, let's go ahead and close this one out. And first of all, does that look like a North Warrior to you, or deer in the headlights? Okay, so if you're gonna this is the thing, right? This is the thing. If you're gonna pretend to be a warrior, and you're gonna ride, into the afterlife, right? You can't look like a deer in the headlights in this life, okay? This is not a warrior's look, okay? This is a bad look for a warrior, right? But given all that, let's go ahead and give Mr. Charlie Kirk his due, according to Gash Patel, they're all going to be riding into Valhalla on these little flying ponies. So let's go ahead and see if we can find, what I want to do is I'm going back to Safari. I'm going to see if I can find on YouTube that scene from Apocalypse Now. Oh, here it is. All right, here's the scene. Let's go.
Well, I mean, it's pretty hairy in there. It's Charlie's point. Charlie, don't surf.
That's what I'm saying. Charlie, don't surf. You ready? You ready? You ready? It's gonna be right.
Put on some more up. Make it loud. The Romeo pocket time. Shall we dance?
Ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Here they go, Bomber Chicago. Are you ready? Here's Charlie. Here he goes. Here's Charlie. Here he comes, Charlie. Charlie Kirk, American hero. There's Chicago. There we go. Oh. What a way to treat your citizens. Come on, Charlie. Kill them all. Charlie. Kill them all. There he is. Oh, yeah. There goes the bad guys in Chicago.
Outstanding, little team. Outstanding. Get your case of beer for that.
Now we're gonna get some law and order around there.
We're over the village right now. I think I see a vehicle down in the courtyard. I'm gonna check it out. Well done, Holmes. You might like Vulcan. Handle all those chips. Handle the shit out of them.
Got a vehicle on the bridge. 50 caliber.
Well, you get the idea. There he is, flying off into heaven, American cultural hero, and new Norse warrior, also part of the Teutonic Nazi tradition, flying off on his little pony. There he goes. Bye-bye, Charlie. Unfortunately, I won't see you in my heaven, but take care, buddy. This is once again, Turkey, signing off. Enjoy your new apocalypse, because it is now.